Well, it is Tuesday, so we're welcoming back Michael Harrell. He's the president of Harrell Automotive. It's You Oughta Know. We're bringing your questions to the experts. Hey, Michael.
Good afternoon.
Good to have you here. You ready for Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I'd say.
Okay, let's get to our questions. This first one, I drive a 2014 Honda Accord and my defroster is not very efficient. I usually have to clear my windshield with a towel. Once I get it clear, it keeps up on its own. But what can I do to make my defroster work better? This is coming from Alan, and this is, we're all starting to turn on those defrosters, unfortunately.
I had to use mine on the way here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with a defroster, if it's not working properly, it's not going to clear your windshield. Temperature of the air coming out, air volume coming out from that vent up by the windshield is important. Some things you could check on your own. Your cabin air filter would be one of them, perhaps your coolant level. You know, something that comes to mind that I've seen before is a lot of moisture in the cabin of the vehicle. So if you have a lot of water underneath your floor mats, that's going to condensate and come up onto your windows. And perhaps it just can't overcome that big, heavy, wet load.
Yeah, but typically wouldn't be normal to have to wipe it down with a towel, right? Your car defroster should be doing that.
Correct. I would say that there's a problem either with the airflow, so the volume of air coming up to the windshield, or the temperature itself. So again, I would check my cabin air filter. That certainly could stop the air from flowing.
Okay, let's get to the next question. My Subaru was totaled by a deer, and we're seeing so much of this. Our boss just had this problem happen. Now I'm buying a newer Subaru, says April. I need to go with a used one, which makes me a little bit nervous. What are the most important things to check before I purchase my new used ride? Again, this is coming in from April.
April, it is so disappointing when we have a vehicle we love and something happens to it that's outside of our control. And deer hits are so common here in Erie. Some things for you to check, boy, just give it a look over, make sure things don't look out of place. I certainly would suggest having a pre-purchase inspection done. If you have a local mechanic, I would suggest going there. The dealership or even Harrell Automotive, we do offer a pre-purchase inspection for a vehicle that you're thinking about buying.
Oh, okay.
We have several different layers or levels of that inspection to go from, we can pick it apart with a fine-tooth comb and tell you everything that we can see is wrong with it, or we can just give it a quick once-over and say, yeah, it looks like a decent vehicle.
Okay.
It all depends on what your level of comfort is with the vehicle you're buying.
And is this something where the vehicle comes to you?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
We'd have to have that in our shop to assess its condition.
And that's smart before you want to make a big purchase like that.
You know, a vehicle is generally the second largest purchase people will ever make in their life.
I believe it.
It is something that you should have looked over by somebody that understands the vehicle to a very infinite level.
It's probably something that a lot of people regret not doing if they run into a bad situation.
We certainly see that a lot.
I bet you do. And those deer hits this time of year, be careful out there, everybody. Remember, you can submit your questions to Michael Harrell at ask@yououghtaknow.org. Michael, thank you. Good to see you. Happy